Any programming language, so data types are the fundamental things in order to process your data. So as I mentioned earlier in my video, every programming language do the three things. One is taking some input from the user, process some, applying some logic, and generate some sort of output. So how you are going to process your data, right? What is the type of data that you are giving to the system is identified with the help of data types. Okay, so data types are nothing but data types are basically helping the program to understand what is the user input type, whether it is a number, so that it is going to calculate some mathematical operations, whether it is a string, it is going to identify whether the given string is available, if the string contains any name of the employee, name of the customer, email of the customer, if it is need to process with the given data, then these data types are going to be help for the program in order to identify and what to process or how to process. So in Python, if you look at, so at broadly we have two different data types. So basically one second. So we have simple data types and we have complex data type. So at broad level, we have categorized the data types into two different ways. So one is simple data types and the other one is complex data type. So simple data type means any variable which is holding a single value of a type. It means, suppose example, a number, right? Number or float or name of the person. So all these are a single values. Suppose example, if I want to store employee ID, right? If it is a number, you can store it in a number. If you want to capture the price of a product, it is going to be float, right? So whether the employee existed in the company or not, it is basically checking the Boolean value, right? So these four are categorized into simple data types. Like example, first thing is int is a data type to hold the real numbers, right? Positive number or negative number without any decimal points. If you want to store the decimal points, you can use float data type. If you want to store the character data type, if you want to store the name of the product or name of the person, right? So if you want to store a series of characters or words, then you can use a data type called string data type. And if you want to store the Boolean, right? So whether it is a true or a false, if you want to store that particular true or false value, only true or false for the Boolean, so you can use bool data type. So these four are called simple data types. Simple data types are always hold a single value. Like example, employee ID equal to 100, name Akbar, within double quotes or single quotes, right? You can use single quotes or double quotes. In Python, semicolon is not required. Okay, right? Suppose example, price 10.01. So this is basically a floating point. If you want to store the floating point, you can use it. Internally, your Python is going to identify based on the data. You really need not to specify explicitly, but it is recommended to specify explicitly what type of data that you are trying to store. We'll see how you are going to declare the primitive data types. Okay, and the next category is we have complex data types. So complex data types are used to store multiple values. Like example, a group of fruits or a group of employees, group of students, group of serial numbers, right? It's typically an array, or when you are trying to store a collection of records or the collection of data that you want to store in a single variable, then your complex data types are coming into picture. The examples of complex data types are list is one data type. Second one is tuple. So tuple and list both are same. The difference between list and tuple is tuples are not modified once you assign the values. So these are called immutable. So tuple is an immutable object, whereas list you can modify. You can add any number of elements. It's kind of a growable array, right? And if you want to store a key value based approach, then you can use a data type called dictionary. In Python, you can use it as dict. Dict stands for dictionary. You can use list data type to store series of numbers or series of names, right? So it is going to, how you are going to create a list of data values and how you are going to access the elements from list, tuple and dictionary, we are going to see one by one in an example. Okay, and we have one more data type called set. So set is also very much similar to list only, but the difference is list is going to allow duplicates. Okay, it allow duplicates. Set does not allow duplicates. So that is a fundamental difference between list and set. So at a high level, data types in Python are categorized into two ways. One is simple data types and the second one is complex data type or sequential data type. So in simple data types, we have int, float, string and boolean. In complex data types, we have list, tuple, dictionary and set. We are going to look at how you are going to assign the values, and we are going to look at the meaning of typecasting. What exactly mean by typecast? Typecasting is nothing but converting one data type to another data type. Suppose example, the user is entered within double quotes, the user entered 10. Okay, the system is going to identify the double quoted number as a string, but I would like to convert this double quoted number into an integer. Then you have to typecast so that your Python program is going to understand, okay, this guy is entered 10 within double quotes, but while processing the data, I need to consider this particular string as a number, right? And Python is going to convert your string representation of your 10 into number representation. So that is called typecasting. Okay, so now we are going to look at the practicality, how you are going to declare, create variables, and how you are going to typecast, how you are going to access the values from the above mentioned data types like list, tuple, dictionary and set.